Good evening, good people, and welcome to the Shop Black Enterprise Showcase here on Source Radio. I am your co-host, Kamidra.
Yes, and I'm your other co-host, Shaisha.
Yes, and welcome. We are so glad to have you here. I'm also the host of the Biz Kids for Shop Black Enterprise, which is a young entrepreneur show. And the showcase ranges from the ages of 5 to 17. So we showcase all of the young Black entrepreneurs. So I know you guys are on here. Some of you may be old listeners or our loyal listeners, and some of you all may be new listeners, and we welcome you all. But we just want to talk a little bit about what is Source Radio. So it is an award-winning MFM digital broadcasting network. It has over 9,000 affiliated terrestrial and internet radio shows, and it ranges from listeners up to 50 million, with an average of 160,000 in the DMV. And so what we do is we broadcast live, and we then have these streaming videos that can reach to not only the source broadcast, but also to social media such as Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So it ranges and reaches a broad audience. And so we're happy to have you guys here. And this is a great time for the premiere of the Shop Black Enterprise Showcase, especially for all of our guest business owners, because this gives you a great time to promote your brand. And we have a wide impact on not only the radio community, but also the social media community. And so that's why it's very important, if you are interested in, for our small and Black minority businesses that want to get their brands open and reach a broad audience, to join the Shop Black Enterprise here and get affiliated with the Source Radio, because we know that times are hard, and with inflation and many things that's going on, and you want to use all of the platforms that you can to promote your business. So we're here for you, and we are very interested in welcoming all of our Black and minority businesses.
Most definitely. And honestly, not only is it important to put your business on the radio, it's important to listen to radio, right? Black businesses matter, and you can tune into sourceradio.com to become a part of our celebration of Black and minority owned businesses, supporting their entrepreneurship and supporting our mission to grow and sustain Black and minority owned businesses in every community. With your participation, we can really level the playing field. We have systematically been disenfranchised. We have systematically been cut out of loans. We've been cut out of opportunities to advance ourselves. And even historically, when we have done well for ourselves, especially with like Black Wall Street in Oklahoma, we see a lot of destruction come to us. So we have to band together. We have to be there for each other. And one way you can be there is by listening to Source Radio. We exist because of you, our valued listeners, and you will hear every song, attend every concert, festival, hear all the news, the stories, and most importantly, hear about those great Black businesses you can support. We need you to call in, listen, watch, and participate to get the message out across the Americas and across the world. We have a global platform, as my lovely co-host has already told you all. So make sure you join to become a listener, watch, listen, be on the radio, call in and be on radio where your thoughts and opinions matter and can be heard for everyone to hear. SourceRadio.com brings you jazz fusion, jazz crossover, hitting all genres of music to please all people, especially folks of color, because you know that we have our hand in that music bag, right? So we give you a seat. Yes, we give you a seat to watch, listen, and buy from Black and minority-owned small businesses on the Shop Black Enterprise Showcase. Streamed and recorded a few hours a week, and each showcase is going to feature up to 8 Shop Black Enterprise merchant members who are showcasing the very best and unique products that they're bringing to you all and their amazing services. So join us as a member. It's free. What? It's free. Listen up, y'all. We'll keep you up to date on special promotions and events. So today on Shop Black Enterprise, we have some great products and services for you all to learn about. If you have any questions, Kamidra, where can they call in at?
They can call in at Source Radio, and that number is 844-767-2723. Again, Source Radio is 844-767-2723, as well as you can email at info@sourceradio.com. And also, as my lovely co-host mentioned, if you not only can you be a listener, but we have some great businesses to showcase to you today. So after you finish, after you listen, say, hey, I want to be a part of that. I want to be interviewed and get my business out there. You can also get a 10-minute radio spot on the Shop Black Enterprise Showcase on Source for just $25. So and you cannot beat that. So again, we if you're interested, call 844 Source Radio, as well as email at info@sourceradio.com.
It cost me more than $25 to get my nails done. So
okay. Okay, and we're gonna have some businesses for you for that as well. So I think we are getting ready. We are so pumped to have these have these businesses for you. But before we begin, we have a special message from the owner of the Shop Black Enterprise. So she will be tapping in soon. Oh, and there she goes.
Hi.
So, hello, and we're welcoming Kendra. She is the owner of Shop Black Enterprise. Hello.
Hey, ladies, how are you?
Great. How you doing, Kendra?
Good. Shoot, y'all done did my whole spiel, so let me get it together. Hey, everybody, I'm Kendra McNeil. I'm the owner of Shop Black Enterprise. As they so eloquently explained, we showcase Black and minority businesses. Our job is, as Shaisha said perfectly, is to try to level the playing field for our businesses, because as we all know, we have been discriminated against in every area, and especially in business. Mm-hmm. So whether it comes from loans, grants, just general opportunities, we want to provide those for the Black and minority businesses that's been lacking. Unlike other platforms in this area, Shop Black Enterprise is a cooperative association, which means we not only advertise as business, but we give back. We offer low-income loans to those who qualify. We put advertising, business plans, websites. We put all of it together in a one-stop shop, because the main thing that we know is the majority of us, we can't call anybody to give us $100,000, $200,000 loan to follow our dreams. Right. You know, we can't stop life just to start this business. Most 90% of small businesses from Black and minorities are sole proprietorships. There's one person trying to make it happen, you know, and while they're trying to make it happen, they have to work another job. They have to take care of the kids. They got to take care of the family. They have to do everything at the same time. They just literally don't have the time and energy that it takes to put all of these things together, and don't have the finances, which is a big part of it, to pay somebody to put all this stuff together.
Can't move without money.
Right. And, you know, so at Shop Black Enterprise, we do that for you. From your membership, we put all these things together. Easy access for you. You know, we make sure that you know how to get your business plan together. We have attorneys set up for advice, because you're going to need that. You have to get your business straight. And that's one of the most important things. And we just provide that support and that information, as well as a huge platform. A huge platform to advertise your business, not only here, but on over all the social media sites. We have top-notch advertisers. Source Radio reaches hundreds of thousands of people on each show. So we're giving you that edge that's been missing, trying to level that playing field that we have so diligently tried to fight to get to. So a couple little selling points to Shop Black Enterprise is that you keep 100% of your sales, unlike a lot of the other platforms such as Amazon, Etsy, and the like. The more you sell, the more percentage they take. We don't take any percentage. You pay a flat membership fee, which is less than $2 a day.
Wow.
And that's what we provide with all these services, less than $2 a day. And you keep all your sales. We want you to keep all your sales, because what we're doing is we're trying to build generational wealth. So we want your children's children to be able to call up somebody like, hey, I got a bright idea. And that money, you know, and so yeah, oh, what you need, a couple $100,000? Here you go. We want that's what we're trying to get to.
Yeah.
So you know, because our children deserve it. They're brilliant, you know, they're brilliant, they're creative, and we need to have that opportunity for them because we're overlooked. Because we're small businesses generating less than $75,000 a year, the vast majority of them, the banks won't look at you. The Small Business Association won't look at you. You know, you're not making enough for them to even look at you. So, and most people don't understand that process. And
how can you grow?
Huh?
So yeah, how can you grow if no one's going to invest in your seed stage?
How can you grow? They're not investing in you. And as we know, and a lot of times it is discriminatory because they will invest in other people that's presenting the same thing. So we have to take care of our own, and that's what Shop Black Enterprise is about. That's what we're promoting, and that's what we're going to do.
I think that is wonderful. That is one of the reasons why we are here, because we want to do better. We want to create those opportunities, and I'm glad that you guys are doing that and we're all doing that and creating opportunities for our people, because again, like you said, we need it. And for $2 a day, you can't even buy a cup of coffee for $2 a day. So this is a great opportunity, a once in a lifetime opportunity for those who are interested for our businesses. Come on, like Kim said, generational wealth.
You have to invest in yourself. If you don't invest in yourself, and if you don't spend time with those who invest in you, like Shop Black Enterprise, you're not going to succeed. You know.
Yeah. And one other point, I can go on all day, but I'm gonna let y'all go because I know you got a show to do. Another good point that what we're trying to do is we want to bring businesses together, to join together. We want to form partnerships, and that's a big part of our community that we don't know how to do properly and legally, and we're not comfortable with doing. But once you start doing that, and you'll see in the corporate world, it happens all the time. Yes. They're joining, they're merging, they're doing this. It's all about money. You know, it's about money, and you'll grow. Oh, I'm sorry, just got a message in. The business don't stop. No. You know, as you grow and you merge together, okay, 2 heads is better than 1. You know, 1 + 1 is 2. You keep growing. And that way you'll get to a point quicker where you will qualify for certain things. And that's another point that we're really pushing, that we're going to educate on, and that we're going to help our people do so that they can grow quickly. And you don't feel like you have to do everything by yourself.
Wonderful. Because I even know with the Biz Kids, we have a platform where they're going to come together and start to connect together to brainstorm on for each other, because we're all good at something. It's just maximizing and understanding what we're good at. And, you know, again, having the opportunity. So with the Shop Black Enterprise, it creates that opportunity for everyone to come together, work together, and just build.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can't do anything by yourself. No, you cannot. You're not going to go, and that's the hard part when we try to do everything by ourselves because we don't know what else to do, and we have to provide that opportunity. We already have over 2,000 merchants as a part of Shop Black Enterprise. Wow! So yeah, we haven't officially launched yet. So we already have 2,000. It's growing steady. You know, it's going to be big, and they're going to want to be a part of it because it's going to be great.
Yes, join the movement. Shop Black.
Well, because Black businesses matter.
Black businesses matter. Black businesses matter. And tell them where can they go to get this information?
ShopBlackEnterprise.com. That is our main website, shopblackenterprise.com. We're on all of the social sites. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn. We're on YouTube. And so you just have to, no spaces, no periods, nothing. Shopblackenterprise.com.
All right. Yeah, so we love to hear it. So happy to hear how we can connect with you and how we can connect with other businesses to grow.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Y'all are I'm so happy y'all are here doing a great job, and I'm going to be watching.
All right. Well, thank you.
Make sure you're listening too.
I'm listening.
And we hope others are listening, but you have heard it from the owner herself. This is a great opportunity. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So if you are interested, if you know someone's interested, again, family, friends, we are trying to build generational wealth. We are building a community. So again, if you are interested, please check out shopblackenterprise.com. I will give you all of the information that you need to get started. And we are looking forward to having you here. So thank you, Kim. We appreciate that.
Have a great show.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks.
We'll see you next time.
All righty. Again, you guys have heard it from the owner herself as to how important this platform is, how important Shop Black Enterprise is, as well as the opportunities that you will gain and you will get from being a part of this network. Again, you will get access to not only networking opportunities and people that can help, but you also will get that exposure on these type of platforms such as the social media, such as the Source Radio, which is as you heard, a great platform to be on to get your businesses out there. And you're going to hear it. We're going to constantly interview and show different Black businesses and, hear their stories and hear their starts and see that they are a part of this. Again, already said 2,000 merchants before it's even launched. You can't beat that. So, and you guys can be one of them. So again, if you are interested in these opportunities, check out sourceradio.com as well as shopblackenterprise.com. And we are looking forward to connecting with you. And so with that being said, we have a great lineup of interviews and shop of businesses that are coming up. I think we should be having the first business come up in a second. We're just waiting for him to get on. But yeah, I'm excited to be here. How about you, Sha?
I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to be working with these amazing folks.
Here we go. We have Dr. Michelle Mraz. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm well. I was trying to share the link. I'm like, where's the link? Where's the link?
Yes, they will be able to see for sure. But we are excited to have you. And I'm going to give you the platform to tell us a little bit about yourself, or tell the people, the audience, a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, my name is Michelle Mraz, a newly assigned doctor, actually, of entrepreneurology. I'm a doctor of the study of entrepreneurship. And what I am is I'm a global speaker. So I'm an award-winning global speaker, multi-best-selling author. I do a little bit of acting in sci-fi movies, but that's beside the point. And I do some narration. And I have 2 podcasts, one called Denim and Pearls, Business Casual with Pearls of Wisdom from the Porch. And the other one is called Amplifluence, amplifying the influence of coaches, speakers, basically all influencers in wherever you are. And then I have a TV show called Mental Shift out of TNC, the Philippines.
Wow.
So I help speakers become better speakers.
I love it. So how did you start? Just give us some background, because I know you have a very, very touching and interesting story. So give us a little bit of background of how this all started for you.
Well, it was an accident, and I used to run political campaigns. I would write speeches for other people, thought that's where I was supposed to be. And in 2014, I was in a car accident, and it wiped my memory. So for 2 years and a couple of months, I was stuck in my body, unable to speak, unable to move without assistance. And in that time, I got very close to my inner critics who told me that I wasn't worthy. I couldn't do what I wanted to do, and I needed to just stay there and shut up. And I remember at the end of that 2-year point, I remember thinking, this has got to be more. And I cried and screamed at God, if you hate me so much, then kill me already. And I heard, you're not dead yet, get up. And I found myself 6 feet away from the couch that my husband had placed me upon. And I was on a mission. I was on a mission from God. I'm supposed to be speaking, but not just speaking, but to take that veil off of anyone I meet, so that they realize that each of us have a very particular gift, and that we are wasting those gifts when we look at other people and want to do what they do. We are supposed to be doing what we are put on this planet to do. It could be being the best mother, the best son. It could be, be the president of the United States. It could be any gambit of it. We all have a little piece of that puzzle of whatever we fit in. But only our soul knows what that is. Only we can find what that is. And what I do as a speaker, an executive speaker coach, is I help pull that message out of you. And then we wrap it into a message so that you can go out and speak upon it, so that not just that secret, that you can actually give it back to the world in whatever way, shape, or form that you were supposed to do it.
Wow. Showing people their potential and maximizing on it. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. And so how long have you been doing this? And what keeps you motivated, not only because you have a gift, as we've seen, but what keeps you motivated to continue on?
Well, I started in 2016 when I started walking and talking again. It really started through my therapy as I was learning to, eat and use my left and right side. I have a traumatic brain injury. So I'm missing over my frontal lobe, over my left ear, the back of my head, and my two hemispheres have disconnected. So I had to relearn a lot of things. But I see that as the beginning of my speaking journey, because even in the doctor's office, the neurologists, I would tell them, I don't care if that didn't work. Let's try something else. I have to get out of here. I need to speak. And so my journey of speaking started through my therapy. I didn't wait to get better. I did it as I was getting better. And what keeps me motivated is I'm always getting better. We're all always getting better. So my motivation is I woke up today. Yeah. And there's a quote that says, if you want to know if your mission on life is over, it's not over if you're still awake.
Yeah.
So I keep going. That keeps me motivated.
Yes, I love that.
And I think a lot of times, which is good because you just bring a source of light, is that sometimes what hinders us is fear, is that fear. And I like how you said that, you didn't wait for you to get fully better. You started where you were and continue to progress. And I think that that's a powerful message, because sometimes we all feel as though we have to be our perfect selves to even start something, or we have to have it all together to just start. And sometimes your whole journey may shift another way just by starting, So I love it. I love it. I love it.
It's power. It's powerful. Stop waiting for someday. Someday is right now. Do it. One little tiny step. I mean, you're talking to a woman who had a 16-second memory. I did a TEDx. Okay. Don't wait till you're perfect to do something. Go do it.
Yes.
I love it. So, I mean, we can see the passion exuding out of you, but what do you like most about your what you do? Because you do a lot. You do it all. To be honest, you do it all. So what do you like the most about what you do?
It's the people. Okay. What I love most is seeing people light up. So when they meet me and they think, oh, that woman, she's different. She's different from everybody. That's why and then they meet me and they go, she's human. What? She's got a brain injury? What? She's going through breast cancer right now? And they see all these things that should be obstacles, and I'm still moving forward. And I see that light in their eye doing, if she can do it, I can do it. I do. Yes, that's exactly what I'm out here for, because there's nothing uniquely special. The only thing that's special about me is I know I'm on a mission and I keep going. The only thing special about me is I don't go alone. If I'm going to go to the top, I'm bringing as many people with me as I possibly can. And so when you're with me, I'm pulling. So people laugh and they say, yeah, Michelle keeps dragging us along. I do. No, I'm not dragging you. Catch up with my wake, because I'm moving fast. Come on, let's do it.
Yes. And you are a reflection of who's around you. So if you're pulling people along with you, then you are a driving force. You know what I mean? You're a reflection of those people who are around you. I remember hearing someone say, if the people in your team are broke, you can't be rich.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, one of the perfect examples is most recently, I put out a book called Hold My Crown. Women of Grit Share Stories of Resilience. And that was, Michelle, why don't you put out a story about your life? I'll put a story out of my life, but I want more lives in there. It's not just my obstacles. We all have different obstacles. They're all overcome, and they're small and they're big. So just because you say, oh, I didn't have that big of a problem. No, there's still obstacles that someone is waiting to hear how to get through them. So I brought 19 other women with me, and our book was shown on Times Square a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
yeah, you didn't see that? You gotta look me up on social media. My name, social media, because we're moving, and I've got this tribe of women moving with me, and then I keep finding more people as I go.
Wonderful. I love what you said. You're bringing others to the top with you, because that's what we all need to do. It's lonely at the top. Why not have our people there with us? So I love it. I love it. And we have some information. If you want to go ahead and give us a little bit about that, then by all means.
Well, basically, it's what I do. I help people with their body language, stage presence. Stage can be one person, stage can be 5 million people. Mm-hmm. It's all about how you present yourself. Human communication, we think it's when we're talking. Human communication is the first thing they see, that first 3 milliseconds. They decide, and it's just human nature. Do we run or do we go towards? Is it a lion or is it a kitty cat? And what I teach is, how do you present yourself before you ever speak? And then, how to amplify your magnetism. So I do trainings and coaching, things like that, about stage presence and how to develop your speech for a better message. But if you can get to that QR code, that's the PDF of the book I just told you about, Hold My Crown, Women of Grit, Share Stories of Resilience. Okay. I'm giving it away for free. So read it, because I want to change lives. It's free. I want you to change lives. Look at that, get the PDF. And if you want more, you know how to find me. And if you say, yeah, it's good enough for me, write a review, because the more reviews, the more we get to reach more people.
Most definitely.
Absolutely. You guys have heard it. You can get this information, some of this information for free. Okay, so what is stopping you? Please, what is stopping you?
Not much better than free.
Yes. Well, because it's, that's my TV show, TNC, on the new channel in the Philippines. And that's what that image is about. Because I do have many hats. And if you're watching this right now, you're like, I can't track what that lady just said she did. Go to my website. It's my name. I have a brain injury, so I have to make things very simple for myself. It's all on my website. It's my name. You can find every YouTube, everything I'm connected to right there.
Wonderful, wonderful. So again, please check out all of her information, www.michellemoraz.com. So yes, so we'll get back into it a little bit. How do you feel like your business has evolved over the years? Because again, you have done a lot. So
yes, that's how to reach me. My business has evolved so quickly because of the relationships. Like we were just talking about earlier, you were talking with Kim. Relationships. People say with real estate, it's location. In the business world, it's relationships. And when you partner with people and you grow with people, and remember, some people are there for a season, a lifetime, or just a lesson. Mm-hmm. Make relationships and realize who's going to help you get to that next level and who's not, who's on your team and who's not. Remember, I have a brain injury, so there's things about me I cannot do anymore. I don't dwell on them. What I do is I find partners who are better at those things than I am. And I trade services with them, because especially when we're starting new, we don't have the capital, and it's really hard to get those loans. And I mean, even during COVID, when they were giving away those loans, I mean, I didn't fit that qualification to get that loan. So it's like, okay, who's out there who can help? And I found more people who are like, I need help too. I said, well, I'm really good at this. You're really good at that. Partner with people, grow together, because together, what is that? Rising tides raise all ships. So the other thing I do is I have a business called amplifluence.com, amplify your influence. I said that earlier. What it is, I go with my partners from city to city, and we bring in people who are influencers in the town, and we bring them together so they know each other. And then we introduce them to speakers and coaches and authors, people who will bring their message out that will help these businesses grow and bring the word out. We're basically building a gigantic Rolodex across the United States of know, like, and trust.
Mm-hmm. Those are strong words, too.
Yeah.
Someone you really know, someone you really like, and then someone you really trust. And they all are not necessarily mutually exclusive.
I know, exactly. And it's like, I like you, I know you, but I don't quite trust you. You know, you've got to remember who that is. And you've got in business, sometimes, and it's something I've learned very recently, sometimes the people who are smiling the closest to you aren't necessarily smiling because you're successful. They're smiling because they're waiting for a chink in your armor. Learn to recognize who those people are, because one chink, that one bad grape, will destroy everything you have. So be careful who you partner with. That's a very important thing to do. If you are in the DC area, July 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I'll be there with my team at Amplifluence and with my publisher, Perfect Publishing. So come out, see us, and you'll see the links on my website. You'll see them on my social media, but I'd love to meet any and all of you who come out.
Yes, yes.
Wonderful. That sounds like an amazing opportunity. I know that I am looking forward to it. So thank you, because you have been giving us some gems. And again, I think that is important, especially for a lot of the business owners, or, you know, those who are aspiring to have their own business, to know that you have to be careful. You have to know that know, like, and trust. And like you said, because, you know, these relationships are going to constantly be changing as you're evolving. So it's important to have a sense of discernment, and also, you know, be open and willing to learn as you are making this transition into a business. So
yes,
wonderful, wonderful. And so, how would you overall define the success of your business? Because you've done it all.
Overall, define fabulous.
Yes.
I will do it in my quote. You know, my Maya Angelou quote. I have to share this with you. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. That is the summation of my business. And I bring it with love and smiles to everyone I meet.
Amazing, amazing. Yes, you know, look, and when you have truly positive and committed people in your corner, there is no limit to what you can do. No. So if you can call Michelle Mraz, and she will be there, and she will believe in you.
And I will. I actually answer messages on my social media. People are like, "That's you." I do. Yes, it is. It is me.
But not only do you, but you know, do you believe in us, but you get people to believe in themselves, and that's the main thing, because you have to start inner. Like, you had to start inner once you realize that, you know, things might not be the same after, you know, your injury. You have to start inner, and it shines out, and you are.
Well, you've got to think. I have a brain injury where I forgot a lot of people in my world. I forgot years of my life, and I had to believe by borrowing the belief of the people who I know loved me, like my husband and my children. And I had to borrow that belief that I could keep going through them until I could believe a little bit in me. And then I found more people, and I went, okay, I believe in them too. And I started borrowing belief until I felt completely me. Wow. So borrow belief when you need to believe, because the people who love us see us differently than we see ourselves.
Wonderful, wonderful. It has been an absolute pleasure having you here. Is there anything else that you would like to tell the people that are listening to you? Because I know they are going to be hitting you up and checking you out, because they want to be friends with Dr. Mraz. I know so.
You are my friends. Well, and I hope to see you in DC. That would be lovely. And what I would like to say to your audience is, life can be difficult. Bad things do happen to good people, but it doesn't mean you have to stop. God doesn't put us into bad places just to keep us there. The bad things don't happen that way. We're meant to learn a lesson. So if you're in a business and something's happened and it falls, or something bad happens, you're like, oh my gosh, it all fell apart. I'm not meant to do this. No, maybe you're not meant to do it the way you were doing it because you're copying someone else. It's not the way you're supposed to do it. Be like water. Go over, around, and through. Find your way, not someone else's way. Learn the lessons from the falls. We are toddlers at heart. We fall, we get back up. Fall, get back up. Remember who you are. You are a strong human. You're a strong person. That idea didn't come into you just by mistake. It was meant for you. So go do it. It's okay to fall. Get back up.
Mhm.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much for that powerful message. We appreciate you, and it was a pleasure having you here. And just one time before you go, tell the people how they can reach you.
Go to any social media, it's my name, michellemoross.com, or go straight to my website, michellemoross.com. Subscribe to me because that's where I say where I'm going next. I travel a lot, and I'd love to connect with you. I'm a very friendly person, and be the best version of you and be unapologetic about it.
Well, I certainly think we got friendly today, and I think we certainly got a message that we all needed.
Yes. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much.
Have a great rest of your show.
Thank you so much. You have a great one, Michelle. See you next time.
Good night, ladies. Bye-bye.
Wow.
That was wonderful, you guys. I know you have been, I feel so empowered now. So I just definitely, if you guys are interested, please check out. She will be here in the DMV area July 3rd through the 5th. So you don't want to miss this opportunity to meet Miss Dr. Newly Dr. Michelle Moross. So thank you. Well, you guys, we have some more great interviews for you. We want you guys to stay tuned for part 2. And check out part 2 of our interviews. Again, if you guys are interested in becoming a listener, check out sourceradio.com. Also, if you are interested in getting a spot on the radio show or our Shop Black Enterprise Showcase, please visit the email, info@Source Radio, as well as give a call at 844 Source Radio. Again, it is only $25 for these spots. You cannot beat it. As well as if you are a business owner or merchant and you are interested in becoming a member of the Shop Black Enterprise Network, please check out shopblackenterprise.com. But
Exactly. Well, we've told folks where they can go get the information, how they can tune in and learn even more of the information. We've even brought some amazing folks in front of you and even more amazing folks to come. I think we've done a great job here today, Demetra.
Yes. And we hope you guys tune in for our next one. So definitely stay tuned. But all right, we will see you guys in part 2.
See you in part 2.
We are going to go into our next guest. Hey, Reggie.
What's going on, Major? How you doing?
Good. How are you? So we have Reggie here with Mr. Wilson Media. So I'm going to give you the floor to just give us a little bit of information about your business.
My business. How you doing? How you pronounce your name? Is it Saisha?
Shaisha.
Shaisha. I'm sorry, I was way off.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Hooked on phonics. It's good.
Yeah. Thank you. I have a media-based company. I started off with photography, then I branched over to videography. Now I'm trying to get into a little bit of film. It just kind of took off on its own. I do photography for weddings, special events, graduations, and that sort of thing. You know, I started off doing like baby showers, stuff like that. You know, people was like, "Oh, you got a camera? Can you come do this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can come do it." You know, because I mean, I just looked at it as practice, so it just gave me tons of practice and just working with lighting and things like that, getting started before I moved on to like the bigger stuff.
So I know you started with just family saying, "Hey, come help us out, come hook us up." But when did you know that this was something that you really wanted to do and you were really interested in?
When I got, into the career field of forensics, I do crime scene investigations. So they taught us how to use cameras. So, my manager used to always say, "Hey, take your camera home, go practice with it, take it on vacation with you, practice with it." And I was like the only one doing it. Mm-hmm. And a cool little backstory there, like I didn't know, like my mom used to work at Secret Service, and I didn't know that she was into photography, like coming up. And so she told me, she said, "Man, that was wild that you got into it, because I used to go to the crime scene unit at Secret Service and check out a camera every weekend, and that's how you got all your baby pictures."
Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
was like, wow, that's crazy. And then my brother, before he had passed, he had got into photography. So, I just kind of just want to take it to another level. I want to. It
Look.
seemed like it seemed like it's floating.
It's all in the family. Okay, I see you. That's familiar influence.
Let me see if talk for. Hold on, Reggie. We can't hear you. Did we lose sound for you?
Alrighty.
No, we can't hear you.
While Reddy's getting that together, let's talk a little bit more about excuse me, how wonderfully impactful he is. Like,
yeah,
we see some of these images coming up. Like, there's some beautiful photos.
We are going to show while he's getting that together. We are going to show some of his beautiful images.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right.
But I want him to be able to explain it. So we'll come back and we'll have.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, perfect. Yep, you're back.
Yeah, I had to just go through the computer because this headset was being difficult. But
so while we're going through some of your pictures, just explain some of the images that we're seeing here.
The first one that you all had put up was a young lady by the name of Verde. I met her through one of my old coworkers. Her daughter needed some pictures, and she was one of the ones affected by the pandemic. She graduated high school in 2020. Mm-hmm. She never got to have a prom or anything like that. And, me personally, I kind of, graduations to me are big, proms to me are big, because I didn't get a chance to do prom for one. Okay. So we just didn't have it. And graduations, like, I didn't have any pictures from my high school graduation, like, at all. So it's like, for me, I want to capture those special moments. That's something that is fueled by me, because I feel like I connect on a personal level, like I never had it. So she wanted to do like a prom, like a fake prom. Okay. And so we had a backdrop with some flowers, and this one I just got kind of creative with the lighting. And I just freestyle, and she just kept moving, so I just kept shooting. So
yeah, because her eyes are just piercing. As I'm looking at this, I'm like, her eyes are just piercing me through this photo. So wonderful.
Yeah, she's very photogenic. I just got through doing another shoot. They wanted to run it back, so we had to get some more images.
All right. Well, next up, how about the next one?
This one, I was hired by a company called All About It. My man Dre, and his wife, they hired me to come shoot for them for this realtor. She was a realtor. They needed a photographer, so I came, and everything just flowed. She needed some images. She's a high-end realtor. She does like the stuff that I can't afford.
Hey, look, we aspiring to it. We working our way up there.
Hey, right? We're gonna get there, but right now, nah. God ain't opened that door yet. So, but she does like high-end realty, and she wanted some good shots. So they brought me in because they knew I could, get some pictures for them. And, they're talking about bringing me back for some more jobs because they're expanding their company. And, this is one thing I've learned, just being an entrepreneur, man. Like, you can't do everything. Like, at some point, you got to reach out to somebody that that can do X, Y, and Z, and, it's no different with photography. When you're on the set, somebody's in charge of audio, somebody's in charge of lighting, somebody's in charge of, operating the camera. So, I'm just all about just working with people in team environments and getting jobs done. Okay. That one, she is a like motivational speaker, and she wanted some images. So we went downtown, and I said, I've been wanting to shoot here for years. Because for me, the business kind of took off kind of quick because, I didn't know I would be shooting like for universities and helping out with like campaigns and things like that. So I had been eyeing this spot since like 2015. I worked in an office building downtown, and I wasn't even into photography then. But when I got into it, I was like, man, I want to shoot here because there's a bunch of high-end businesses and things like that around there. And, she was nervous.
Do you find that a lot of your clients let you, be creative when you're shooting?
They do, but what I like to do, I'm like, we are in a media driven like era. So like everybody got a camera on their phone. And so like what I do, I'm like, so take pictures like you taking on your phone. Pretend like I'm not here. You know, that you just don't have to hold your phone up. And you know, that's like a little icebreaker that I do and it works out. You know, so because I'll be like, nah, I seen your Facebook pictures. You be doing all this. I'm like, I need all that. I need all that energy. So, you know, it works out. But yeah, they let me flow a little bit, but I like to get them in it too, to bring them in on it. So it looks natural for them. Because you can pose people all day, but if it don't look natural, it ain't gonna look right. So this one right here was actually one of my first like shoots, like outdoor at the sunset. And she's an
Gorgeous.
actress.
Mhm.
And I met her through another group called the Collective here in DC. They do like a bunch of street art. They have a bunch of murals up around the city. And she's an actress. She's been on some a couple screens doing some work. And she was like, "Let's just meet up at the National Harbor and get some pictures." I was like, "Okay, cool," you know, because I was still trying to stack up my portfolio. And you know, honestly, I surprised myself. Like, I mean, just the way the sunset came, and it was just a beautiful evening, beautiful sunset.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Look, I'm about to hire you. I want to look cute too.
Well,
Now I appreciate that. I got you.
I would say I have had the pleasure of shooting with Reggie, and it was an amazing experience. Not only were you just personable, but you were patient, and you were. I felt very comfortable, taking photos with you, and you were very knowledgeable. So, on what angles, what poses, what works, what environment to be in. So, I knew that the photos that you were going to show would look amazing because I've had a wonderful experience working with you.
Now I appreciate that. I appreciate that plug in. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a good look.
Yeah.
Um, you know, all that came through trial and error.
Mm.
Y'all, like, I mean, from my very first photo shoot to now, like, man, it was just trial and error. Like, I'm like, oh, I didn't know this, but you know, just I saw something on Instagram. You know, reels are everywhere. I saw something. A motivational speaker was like, practice makes what? It was like perfect. He was like wrong. He was like, practice makes improvement.
Mm.
And so like I've just been doing a bunch of practicing like since I've started, and it's just been getting better and better. This picture right here is of a young lady. I used to teach Sunday school for her, and she went off to NC North Carolina A&T, and she just graduated like a month ago. Um, and she's actually going into the field of forensics as well. And so I was like, yeah, you know, I gotta come get that. So I drove down to Greensboro on my only day off, um, and we did a turn and burn. But I left at 2 in the morning, got back at 2 in the morning. But it was worth it, you know, just to see her happy that she got some good pictures, and you know, she's like a little sister to me. So yeah, that
Wonderful.
worked out too.
Wonderful. So I know you're influenced by day and you're doing and by night a lot of times. you're, you're doing
Hey, yeah,
know
I'm
the
out there. I'm out there. Yeah.
I know the life. So, how do you would you say your journey in entrepreneurship has been so far? And what have you learned through this experience?
It's been a blessing. Like, like you know, me doing this has been probably the best thing I could have did for myself because I've always been into the arts. Like, so like people see me first thing, Shaisha. When I get your shoe, first thing be like, man, he's huge. Like he's tall, he's 6'3". Why ain't you play sports? Like everybody always asks me that. And I went to 12 different schools before I graduated high school. I moved like every year.
Mm.
So it was one of them things to where only thing I really had was music. I clung to music because I could take that anywhere. And so, you know, it's been a blessing to be able to, I've always wanted to get back to expressing myself artistically. And this has given me an opportunity to do that. So instead of music, it's visual now,
Mm.
but it's still art. And you know, I was talking to Kamidra about, you know, I had to move some people out of my life, and you know, and that sort of thing. And because I had a vision that God gave me, like they couldn't get with it because He didn't give it to them; He gave it to me. So you know, I knew what I wanted to do. I didn't even know everything I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to do this, and it's one of them things where if you just take that first step, oftentimes he'll do the rest. Like, and so that's just one of my biggest like learning is like, don't suppress me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a vision for something, pursue it.
Yeah.
It's a reason why you're seeing it. And now that I've taken this venture, like, yeah, I'm about to open something else up. I'm about to, because I got other visions now. It's branched off into other things and it's grown. So it's just been a huge blessing, and it's allowed me to get back to me. It's allowed me to get back to expressing myself in an artistic way, especially when I do videography, because I can put music in with it, and because I've been in music, my videos be jumping because it's like I know how to sequence it with the music, with the timing, and people are like, man, how did you do that? I'm like, and people use it. I'm like, I don't know. It's just something that I put that video clip there and it did it on its own and it just worked out. Like, because people are like, man, like, how did you do that? I'm like, I don't know. Like, if you want to answer, I don't know. Like, it's just something that I get locked in and I just flow with it and it just works out. Like, so, but yeah, it's been a blessing. It's been a lot. It's allowed me to get back to expressing myself artistically in the career field that we're in. Photography initially began as just like therapy. Like, it gave me a way to get away from all that. Like, I was just taking landscape photos then, just photos of buildings, photos of sunsets, photos of sunrises. I would go to the beach and I had got a drone and I just threw together a video and people was like, yeah, you probably should keep pursuing this. And that's just what I did and it worked out.
Yeah. That's incredible. Borrow the belief that, other people have in you that, like Michelle was saying, right?
Right. And, again, we've had conversations and sometimes we all have to remove some things so that we can make room for ourselves to grow, so it's important. And I'm glad to see that your business is flourishing, and it's been improving. So one question I have, is how do you feel like your business particularly is like relevant for the Black community?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, aside from being a Black man with a small Black business, I've been able to work with several small Black businesses as well. So, all of us, we have our own vision. We have our own thing that we see ourselves doing. And I'm able to provide other people who look like me from places like me the ability to see themselves visually on like a website. I've helped people build websites. I didn't build it. I just gave them pictures and videos, but they put it on the website. So yeah, I can't do all that coding and that's not me. But just being able to help them, because a lot of times, I've given out like a lot of free work, and it's crazy. Like, as I gave out free work, I got actual work back, and so just being able to service people who didn't really have the money, like truly didn't have the money, it was able to multiply for them and it overflowed over to me, and so I've been able to help with that. I have people who are trying to get into photography and I'm like, yeah, just pull up. Like, a lot of times people are like real just protective of information. Me personally, I had a good mentor and I didn't get that when I was trying to get into it. So I can't do that for someone else. I have to pay it forward and just pass along what I know because you can't take it with you. You know what I'm saying? So I've had family reach out that I've been thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, come on. If you want to do it, let's go.
Well, what is one thing that you would say for someone who is looking into photography and wants to, don't know where to start? What is, some advice that you can give them just to, get their foot in the door and give them that motivation to at least start?
So, like, one thing I did that really helped me out was YouTube University. Like, everything is on YouTube. They might not tell you exactly how to do everything, like every step. But if you practice, you can kind of put the pieces together. So I say YouTube University was probably one of my greatest assets because when people were asleep or people were busy or, I couldn't get the answer I wanted, I just go on YouTube and I began following like different pages of different photographers in different areas across the country. And, you just get to see what other people are doing in other areas. So YouTube University, I don't care if you're trying to cook, sew clothing, sell clothing, like, because I was looking at t-shirts and stuff. There's people all online just expressing like trials and errors they had opening their businesses and running their businesses. But yeah, definitely YouTube. That's one of my greatest assets I had early on.
And we've been saying the more you know, the more you grow. That's been our motto
Yeah,
for
for
tonight.
sure.
So it's good to see that that is true. Like you got to learn somewhere. You got to find that knowledge. You got to, and just try to hone in and perfect your craft, because
Hmm.
it's only gonna get you. You're only gonna get as much out of it as you put into it. So
Yeah, like, and asking people, hey, can I take your picture? Like, people, that if they just graduated or something, or if they just got married. Like, I know you got your wedding pictures, but can I take some more of you, type thing? I
yeah,
mean, I remember during the pandemic, I went down to Georgia. My job was like, "Oh, you can't go." I was like, "This is my only sister. You out your head if you think I was gonna be at her wedding." And so I showed up, and that was my first wedding, my sister,
yeah.
and she didn't know I was coming, so she was
Oh, wow.
crying and stuff. I was like,
Oh,
"Yes, sir. That's what I wanted." So
get all those shots of the tears, the wet
yeah,
face.
yeah. So she was my first unofficial wedding client, and you know, just give. I say just give, man, because when you pour out in the universe, it's gonna come back. So God gonna bless you.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Well, we are about to wrap it up in a sec, but is there anything else that you would like to share? Or let's first of all, tell people how they can reach you. Let's
Yeah. So
yeah.
I got a website coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sound like Kevin Hart. I got a bit checking in the savings. It take 2 business days, but I have a website coming. But for the meantime, between time, you can get me on Instagram at Mr. Wilson Media. Spell Mr. out like on my screen, MISTER Wilson Media. And on Facebook, it's the same thing. But you got to put spaces in between Mr. Wilson and Media. But that's how you can get me for right now. My email address is also Mr. Wilson Media at gmail.com. And yeah, if you need to get me, hit up Shaisha or Kamisha. They'll get me.
We would definitely give
Definitely.
you information.
Call us the plug. We gonna plug you in.
Oh yeah, man. I appreciate y'all and thank y'all, man. I appreciate it. Like, this was like, honestly, this is like the coolest thing to me, because I didn't think I was gonna be doing no interviews, man. I was just gonna take a couple pictures, man. Like, but no, I appreciate y'all.
No, we appreciate you. And again, we want to showcase your talent because you are very talented. Again, I've had the pleasure of
You
working.
already show your picture. I sent your picture too.
Oh, they ain't show my picture? It's okay. It's all right.
All right.
they'll see it coming on. But no, I'll definitely, once I post my pictures, I will definitely tag you on them, because again, you guys, it was definitely a pleasure working with Reggie. So if you are interested, you know how to reach him. If you can't, reach us and we'll tell you how to reach him. So
Yeah, I got you. Thank you.
thank
Thank
you
you,
so
ladies.
much.
Y'all have a good one.
You too. We'll see you next time.
All right.
Wow. Okay. So that was inspirational too.
Yeah, Reggie has a great story, and again, he's very very talented. I've had the pleasure of working with him, so I know his talent. And if you're looking, it's a lot of photographers out here, but something that I know we didn't grasp on or hone in on that makes him unique is his patience. He's very patient. He's very creative, and makes you feel very comfortable, because all of us, some people don't like being in the camera. Some people don't like taking pictures, but we all, need them for things that we're trying to do. So it's important. And again, like he said, when you give, you get. When you give from your heart, you blessings start to come to you. So definitely was wonderful and inspiring hearing his story. So, but I think we are on to the next girl.
On to the next on to the next one.
But it's been a great evening. Like, I really feel good. I feel like everybody has really provided just some gems tonight. Like, just some gems tonight. So I hope that all of the people that are listening, whether you're an entrepreneur yourself, whether you have a friend or a family member who's an entrepreneur, definitely share with them this information, because again, we all have to start somewhere. So it's important to know where people started from, know where they're going, because now we can see where they're headed. So definitely have been enjoying the guests that we've had tonight.
Definitely. All right. So let's go ahead and bring our next guest in. All right. So we have Lorenzo Waters of Footwork and Fitness. Hey, Lorenzo, what's up? Oh, you're muted, honey.
Oh, you think you got to unmute yourself. So we can hear you.
Yeah,
It's
like I have it every time I get on the webinar screen. I gotta mute myself. But thank you for having me.
Well, of course, it's all good. So, Lorenzo, please give us a little bit of a description of your business. What do you do? What's Footwork and Fitness?
Footwork and Fitness is a dual component personal training business designed to help young athletes develop various skills and training as far as particular skills, if it's football or track or whatever the case may be, just honing them on those very particular aspects of technical skills training. But then also it caters to the everyday person, just being able to overcome certain barriers and push past some of those performance plateaus.
All right. So I call you for my first 5K.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, I got you. And where are you located? Just so folks know how they can get to you.
So primarily my business has been located in mainly Fort Washington and Landover, but it's been less of a brick and mortar type of structure. But I've been based all through PG County, and even as recently as say a month ago, have expanded as far as Centerville, Maryland, which is over the Bay Bridge. So we span pretty far, and one of the reasons I wanted to do that, just to kind of be honest, is I already know how hard it is to motivate yourself to get to the gym, like after you finish working 9 to 5. So, I didn't want to put people in that position where it's like, okay, now I got a gym, so now you got to come to me, after you've been working all day and after you're tired and exhausted. I just wanted to provide an avenue for people to have the flexibility to have the gym more or less come to them. And I'll kind of get into that as I go, but that was kind of my thought process behind it, because everything now is accessible from, being behind your computer. So, the idea of having a gym, is there, but at the same time, it's like you want to be able to bring the gym to people or bring that type of training to people. So that's kind of what the structure of my business has been.
As a person who was recently getting back into the gym and really just starting to like it a little bit, look, I understand, because it's hard to get there. It's hard to get there.
It can be.
YouTube's not enough. YouTube doesn't motivate me. YouTube's not going to tell me to squat deeper. All right. So you started, it's a dual component business. Excuse me. How long have you been in business?
So I've been in business since 2016. So my business was officially created September 19, 2016. But I've been doing personal training. I like to say all my life. I mean, I've been in sports. I've been doing training. I've been, working out my whole life. So it's really something that's been ingrained in me. But we've been standing since 2016, and it's been a journey. I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all know as entrepreneurs, not all the lights are green, plenty of red lights, but we've been rolling, and just more so recently we picked up a little bit. So, I'm just happy to see the way that it's going and the way that it's grown so far.
Wonderful. All right. So you said you've basically been a personal trainer your whole life. So what made you decide to make the transition to becoming an entrepreneur?
Well, there are a few things. One, I like being in charge. So I don't want to work for nobody. That's like my goal is freedom. Like I want to be free, and I want to do something that I enjoy doing. Mm-hmm. And I enjoy seeing people reach their goals, whatever that looks like. And then for me, that's, personal training. So just trying to find a creative way to have an impact on my community. Like a lot of people don't really have access to, being close to a gym, or, maybe you don't have a car, you can't get to the gym, or maybe you just don't know what to do, or maybe you can't afford to train, things like that. So, being an entrepreneur really gave me the creative latitude to be able to kind of instrumentally build that program up to cater to people who may or may not have that type of access.
Hey, look, we're all about connection, all about making sure people have the resources they need. So I definitely support that. And okay, so we know that you've been a personal trainer your whole life. We know why you got into being an entrepreneur. So what exactly helped you commit to personal training in sports? What was that? How did you get there?
Well, the transition was easy. I've been, like I said, I've been playing sports my whole life, primarily football. Like that was my like bread and butter. That's what I ate and slept and woke up to, every day. So it was more or less easy for me. Just choosing personal training and being in that field. And I try not to say personal training because as soon as you say personal training, you have this vision in your mind. It's just like a coach standing over you, just telling you, deeper, you know what I'm saying? Like get down in the squat or, 5 more reps. But it's not really like that. Like my business is structured a little bit different. And that not only am I coaching you or instructing you through the exercises or whatever the case may be, if you're an athlete, maybe it's a drill, or maybe it's, something like I'm teaching you how to run a 40-yard dash. For those who aren't familiar, it's just like it's a test that you do to evaluate for schools and et cetera, to evaluate how fast you are. I would coach the athlete through that. So it's not only that, but the light goes off for me when I get to see my clients, learn themselves and be able to train themselves. So that's just one of those things that really spoke to me. And also like, this is the way I want to go, because this can help this person, not only for the right now, but long term, So I didn't want to make it something where you're dependent on me, but I give you the tools to be able to take care of yourself for the short and the long term.
I appreciate that. What do they say? Teach a person to fish, right? Okay. So, this is Shop Black Enterprise. This is Shop Black Enterprise Showcase. So talk to us a little bit about how your business is particularly relevant for the Black community.
Well, being in PG County, I think we're primarily Black.
Strong start.
I would have had a percentage for you because I actually went to school for urban planning, and I should know this. And I had a case study on PG County specifically, but this was a little bit ago. So I just like I said before, like a lot of people don't have access, and that includes PG County, even though it's known as one of the wealthiest Black counties in the country. Just being able to, like I said, teach and grow the community in different and creative ways. Like, a lot of people and a lot of athletes just think that, I'm not saying athletes, but a lot of kids believe that, either being an athlete or maybe a doctor or a lawyer are the only ways to go. But, being able to leverage your skill set and be able to give back, find creative ways to give back. And maybe you could teach somebody down the road on, how to take care of themselves and you can see trends that people are going down. You might be able to assist them. So it's really a lot bigger than I can really put into words. But so far it's just been just bringing an awareness, and I think that health is often undervalued and under addressed in our community. So just kind of bringing that to the forefront is going to help. That upward mobility for those underserved communities. And also, if you can't sustain your own health, you're not really good to anybody else. So being able to focus on your own personal health, and then ultimately being able to get into whatever field that is for you, what I'm saying? Like if you're into hair, you can't take care of anybody's hair if you constantly, have to take care of your own self, and you don't have the time because you're stressed out and you're always tired because you're not living a healthy lifestyle. So that was a terrible example, but you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be able to take care of yourself before you can, ultimately get down the road and start to help some other people.
That's real. Like put your own mask on, right, before you can do anything for anybody else.
There's a scripture too. My mother's probably spitting it out her mouth right now. She knows all up the top of her head, but yeah, it's to that effect.
That's all good. All right. So talk to us a little bit about how, you kind of define success in your business. I know you talked a little bit about how it's impacting the community, but how you define success? What does that mean to you?
Oh, man, this success can look like anything for anybody. And, one of my slogans that I was using early on was just finding your fit, because fit for me may not be fit for you. Fit for you might just be like, oh, I lost 5 pounds. I'm good. I'm feeling energetic. I'm alive. I can do it, and that's success right there.
That's me.
They set these over ambitious goals, and there's nothing wrong with having ambitious goals, but just being able to acknowledge the success and the trend that you're on, is definitely the motivation and helps that steamroller process for you get to those long goals. Just being able to acknowledge some of the shorter ones. And for me, it looks different. You know, every day it looks different. I can have a client to say, "Hey, Coach Zoe, you know, you really helped me with my 40 time." Matter of fact, I was coaching this kid out in Centerville. It's farmlands out there. I was coaching this kid out in Centerville, and we were going through some drills. He's an O-line, he's a bigger dude, and then he kind of stopped me in the middle of one of the drills. It was unrelated. He's like, you know, Coach, I just really want to thank you. You know, you got my 40 time down by 0.3 of a second. You know, for the average person, like 0.3 of a second, that's not a big deal. But in football, that's a huge deal. That's an absolutely huge deal. And because of that, that might open doors for him down the road because colleges can see, how fast he can run at the size that he is. And it's just like, wow, that I'm really, and that is just like reinforced that I'm really here for a reason. It's not just about us being out there, but we're really out there for a purpose. And the same thing, I got a review from a client who I've been training for a few weeks, and she said, "Hey, I know I complain all the time throughout the workout, but I'm down 2 inches. So, thank you.
Yeah.
So success looks different, and it's all about, for me, it's all about just knowing that I'm having an impact on somebody's life. Anytime that I feel like I'm having an impact on somebody's life, a positive impact on somebody's life, then I feel like, I'm on the right track for sure.
All right, 2 inches in a few weeks. I'm gonna have to call you to impact my life.
Right.
Are you ready to work?
All right. Well, Lorenzo, can you let us know how people can get in contact with you, how they can connect with your business?
Yes. My Instagram is Footwork and Fitness. So it's just spelled out. I don't know if Instagram even allows the ampersand signs, but it's just Footwork and Fitness. Where you can reach me at footworkandfitness@gmail.com. And just reach out, give me a call. Let me know when you're ready to get started and start winning.
All right. Okay. Y'all heard him. Get ready to start winning. Call Lorenzo, Footwork and Fitness. Thank you so much for your time, Lorenzo. We'll catch you next time.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta get in the I'm calling Lorenzo, y'all. We get that workout in. He come to you. Come on now.
Yes, look.
Yes.
That's better than YouTube. He can almost make us do squats for you.
No, for real, because I think that's important. Like you said, a lot of times, it's time. We have a long day at work, people got different responsibilities and things like that. So making it easily accessible for us, that's important. That's important. He done found, his niche, because that's important. But all right, you guys, we are almost done. We about to wrap it up, but we have one last special guest for you all, and they should be coming in shortly. But while we're waiting for them to come in, we're just we hope that there we go. Hey,
Hi.
Hi. Hello, gorgeous. Hey, ladies.
Beautiful.
You look amazing, and I love the hair. Oh, show the hair, the jewels, the beads in the hair. I love it.
You want to get locks.
Little slay. Little situation. Thank you. Yeah, I need to call Lorenzo. Look, I was with y'all like, yeah.
Hello, get that workout in. We're gonna make it a group effort. We are gonna go as a group, y'all, and get that workout in. So
look, day and time.
Well, Asia, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. Tell us about your business.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Asia Douglas. I am the owner and sole worker of Salon Tangled Roots in Lanham, Maryland.
Yes, okay. Tangled Roots. And how did you start? Just give us some background on how you started your business.
I got into the business. I've always been into hair care. Just naturally, my family, we're African American. We have hair, and at some point you got to do it. And my mom, she at some point said she didn't want to do me and my sister's hair. We were also Muslim, and we wore scarves. So a lot of the times our hair was covered. So it was good practice time, and you didn't have to show it. So that was an easy kind of start into how to care for the hair. And then I started watching my family and seeing them and how they were working, and it made me curious and wanted to do it, but it just was a easy source of revenue. At the time, I would skip school for hair. I would do hair before and after school. People would pay me for 2-strand twists. Like, okay, I just didn't really think of it as a job. But yeah, so it's just been a consistent in my life. And at some point, it became my full-time occupation.
Okay, you've been rocking and rolling ever since, girl. Ever since. So just give us a breakdown of some of the services that you provide.
Okay, I do flat twists, cornrows, 2-strand twist, primarily natural hair and natural hair care. I do some hair additions like crochet braids, as well as starter locks, consultations for hair care. Oh yeah, there's some of my products there. Thank you. That's the hydrating finishing mist. I've also been making my own products. That's my suite. That's where you would come to get serviced.
Beautiful.
And this hair care line is all homemade, handmade, personally by me. And also the ingredients and everything is geared towards natural hair care, to health, to moisture and hydration for natural hair care.
Okay. All right. Well, I got, some natural hair, and I'm going to go see you.
Like, come through. I got you.
Yes, yes. So what with the experience that you've had with your family and everything, what made you want to become an entrepreneur?
I watching my family, one was a good base. It just kind of helped me get that foundation for what does this look like. They're able to sustain doing this. So that kind of clued me into the business, but also life. Sometimes you're headed in one direction and you end up getting a little derailed. So I was full-time focused on music performance, concentration in cello, classical music. And I've been doing that for 19 years and went to college for it. I ended up getting into a bad relationship and I could not focus on school and I ended up dropping out. Just decisions, time, all of these things kind of added up. And at some point I wanted to rely on what I knew, and that was hair. It was available to me. It was accessible. My family was already owning salons and things, and so it was just the easy start for me to get into and get involved.
Absolutely, because you've been, in this business for a while and have been successful for a while. So what do you feel like, has created or has contributed to the success for so many years in this business?
I'd say good customer service. Like, I can't speak to that enough. People just appreciate that you're friendly, that you're willing to talk to them, that you check in, that you are attentive. I noticed this from the last time, actually saying that. I've heard so many stories where people will hide that they burnt some hair or cut it. And it's not even that I'm burning hair or cutting it, but if I see something that's concerning to me, like a bald spot or something that seems to be of a concern, I'll address it and say something. Hey, did you notice that? And people appreciate that because they can't see in the back of their head, but I can because I'm styling your hair. So that helps. And just having quality time. Timing is really important. Being gentle with someone and their time. I can't speak for more than that. I've heard of so many people leaving salons because timing was so bad, or, they were so late, or they were just taking too long on the hair. People,
Yes.
you all have a limit. We all have a limit. So to each his own, but to me, I would say success would be pleased clientele, repeat clientele, people who are sharing the word, and you also get referrals from that. It just grows and continues to continue the business to thrive and grow.
Yeah, because what we've been seeing and noticing, as everyone has been sharing their experience with us, is that having that professional relationship and word of mouth is important to your success a lot of times. So, with you, providing quality customer service, you've been able to expand and grow your business and have repeat clients and new clients, just yes, it is, especially in that industry, it is very important to respect people's time, not only respecting your time, but also respecting the client's time. And so you've been able to master that, which, I feel like makes your business extremely, unique and valued. So thank you for that.
I know I won't let anybody touch my hair if I don't like them.
Yeah, right. It's about energy. If you're rude, if you're, just anything off-putting, it could just be a sneer or a look, but people will not want to come back and be in that, so it's really important. Even if you do an amazing job, at some point they're going to be like, I don't like her attitude, she's always late, or whatever the case may be. So if you could hit all the points, which are really simple, it's nothing, be on time, communicate, these things are pretty small, but they can mean big things when it comes to a long-term relationship, because that's what you're building with a customer. And customers can make or break you. Nowadays everyone goes to the internet. So if someone's saying all these bad things about their experience with you, that's going to grow, and you don't want that to grow. So just making sure that you're doing everything you can mentally, leave whatever it is at the door, come into work, I did my job, and they're pleased, I'm pleased, and we keep going.
Yeah, exactly. Because what are some of, you did your job, but what are some of the things that you love most about your job, and what keeps you motivated to continue to do these girls' heads, girl?
I'd say, there's several layers to it, because you kind of build a relationship with whoever I'm styling, or say you're going to get your nails done or your hair done, you're going to talk to, or maybe you won't, but it just depends on the person and what experience you want. But I look forward to catching up with people. A lot of my clients are long-term for years, and I just like to check in with them, and maybe this once a month thing is just a good thing for them and me, just to keep abreast, because you kind of build a rapport in some respects, but also to see them grow mentally and physically. Physically in the sense of the hair regrowth, getting longer or thicker or healthy, whatever the hair goal here is. And then also the mental of it, that they're able to feel comfortable, feel confident in themselves, strength and acceptance of self. That's really important. And when you can accept, then you can then enjoy, and know what realm or box you're within. So it's nice to be able to see them kind of grab this concept, like, oh, I do have this, and thus I can't or can do this. And it's great to see that shift, from, well, I want to, this is what I have, and that's okay, but this is what I know will look good on me, and at some point it just comes naturally over time. But it's a time-taking thing, it's an education thing, it's a trial and error. You don't know what you like until you try it, basically, and that comes with things as well. But yeah, so I would say, yeah, I think like I had notes. I'm trying not to read from them, but yeah.
Well, you play a vital role in that. You play a vital role in, how people see themselves, because again, as men and women, especially in our community, our hair is our crown. So we, whether or not we are having different issues with it or whatever, we put a lot of trust in our stylists. So, because they're going to see us at pretty much one of the most vulnerable points. It's, a lot of times. So, by you being, as personable and as professional and as, just overall good person, because I can vouch for that. It's really shows, and it shows in your business. It shows in the people who, continue to support you. So that is wonderful, girl. That is wonderful. So, another question that we have is, how do you feel like your business particularly is relevant to the Black community?
Well, as a natural hairstylist, I mean, natural can refer to a plethora of things, you
Yeah.
know, and natural is definitely what grows out of your scalp, untreated chemical, heat or whatever, right? And that can be any race, but specific to the African American community as a natural hairstylist, I think that term also means like African American hair, typically the drier hair types, which is what I cater to. I do all hair types in general, but 99% of my clientele naturally, I think from the area, that's what Lorenzo was saying. You know, we
Yeah.
are in, what is this, Chocolate City, so to
Yeah.
speak, which is great. So, yeah, just being in this area and having 99% of my clientele being African American, and us having so many different curl patterns, moisture levels. There's so much information. It's an overabundance of information and it can be overwhelming. And without someone like me to help kind of assist or navigate those lanes, it can be daunting, overwhelming, and frustrating. And I'm here to assist in those cases. And just and styling and the styling hair in the community is used as a way to uplift, to relax, to rejuvenate, and it creates a more productive and happier, confident person of the community. So all of those things, it's just a layer and a pattern, and it starts off your day. You know, you wake up and your hair is done and it feels good, and you don't have to something you don't have to worry about. It's less of a stress, and yeah. So with all of that in mind, yeah, towards the African American community, I'm very driven and direction focused.
Wonderful, wonderful. Because I know you've been doing natural hair for a while. Have you seen just because I mean I feel like there has been, have you seen a huge shift from, women going more and embracing more of their natural hair and their natural beauty?
Yeah, for sure. There's been this natural hair care movement,
Yeah.
so to speak. There's even laws around hair care, natural hair, acceptance of, which I think is kind of silly in some aspects, because hair shouldn't be a concern at work, especially if it's well kept, period.
Mhm.
But when it comes to us as a culture, there's just levels there as well. But yeah, there's definitely a major growth in the hair care community. I think a lot of us are waking up to the fact that we can wear our own hair comfortably, in a very beautiful manner, and receive compliments and still be professional and still look, attractive and all of these things in self, and not have to adhere to a box or a certain look or the pixie cut or the relaxer, which is a style. It's all personal preference, but yeah, there's definitely a big growth. And also I think in the hair care industry, because we are number one supporters, providers of the beauty salon, beauty
Yeah.
products, and we are the buyers. And so as being a major stakeholder in, right, because money is power, and
Yes.
we're giving them all this money. And so they see that, oh, these people want this product. And so they cater all of these products, so to speak, cater these products to us, or they look like they're African American brands, or they cater. There's a
Mhm.
bush on the product now, or it now has shea butter. And those are all great things. But like I said, there's a lot of it. And now you have to be able to decipher what's good for you, what's not good for you, what's healthy, and what's going to benefit your hairstyle. So it's great. It's good stuff. It's good to know that there's a plethora of information, but it can be a little overwhelming without the right knowledge.
Definitely. I mean, I know I walk down the aisle, and nowadays there are just rows and rows of product, and I have my head, and I don't know what to put.
No, really. And that it's funny because I'll go to the beauty supply. I'm there often. And I see people and they're like asking the usually Asian assistants for assistance, you know, and they have a bush or African American hair, very dry. And they said, hey, what can I moisturize my hair with? And they're like, I think this, you know, which is not really much. I mean, a lot of it's trial and error. It might work, it might not. There's that. But it would be helpful to have someone to be able to direct you. And YouTube is a good source, but there is a lot. And there are some things that I don't agree with there. I mean, that's.
Yeah, what if people burn their hair off on YouTube? I think I want to avoid that.
Exactly. I've seen some horrible things on YouTube. So it's not a catch-all. Well, it is a catch-all. So that means it's good and bad. So you really have to take time to decipher what's right for you. And sometimes that's trial and error. And hopefully your trials aren't a whole shave off and rework, you know?
Right. Well, the good thing is that your clients can go to you and you provide natural products for them to use. So, you know, they can go and get their hairstyle, you know, style, but also get educated on what they need to use for their hair in order to, you know, maintain health or get it to the health level that they're trying to achieve. So that's always, you know, a bonus to have a stylist that cares, but also can provide, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah, no, for sure. I can't speak higher than my clients are just a pleasure to be around, and they just make my day. They're comical, they're funny, they're so I really enjoy the communication aspect of my job. And sometimes it's quiet, but you know, you just ride the wave, and it's been fun.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, tell the people how they can get in contact with you, because I'm sure they are interested to get in that seat and get their hair done.
Okay, so I am on Instagram and Facebook. Instagram and Facebook names are Tangled Roots Studio, all one word, like my name right here, Tangled Roots with an S Studio, all one word. So that's Facebook and Instagram. They can also book or look at my services and pricing on vagaro.com/Tangled Roots. If they go there, you'll be able to see my booking, my address, my contact information, and we can go from there.
Wonderful. Is there anything before we wrap up that you would like to tell the people or share with the people?
Self-love is the best love. And acceptance is really important when it comes to hair, but also it's a journey, and to be prepared for that. Anyone that's thinking about this profession as a lifelong journey, it is a journey. It does take some education and some time and expertise, but as long as you're willing to put in the groundwork, you'll be good. It's been a great ride. I can't complain, and it seems to be doing better every day. So it's a blessing. Thank God, and my aunts and my family, and those that have helped train me to get here. Yeah, it's been a blessing.
Well, thank you so much, Adrian. We wish you nothing but success, and it was a pleasure to have you. So if you guys are interested, again, her information is beside her name as well. So
Tangled Roots Studio.
Tangled Roots Studio. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. We'll catch you next time, Asia.
All right. See you.
Bye.
Bye. Another amazing entrepreneur, just bringing education, light, and just positivity to the community.
Absolutely, absolutely. She is well versed and well at, you know, and multi-talented. So definitely check her out, you guys, if you are interested in getting your hair done and getting educated and getting done up, because I loved her hair. Did you see the beads? They were just I love it.
She was giving me like regal.
Yes, I loved it. I loved it. Well, we have had a great show tonight. Like, I enjoyed every single guest that we had. So Yes, so we got if you need some photographers, some graphic designers, if you need your hair done, if you need to get fit, you know, we have provided a plethora of different, you know, entrepreneurs, Black entrepreneurs that you are. If you need to get motivated, we cannot forget Miss Mariah. So if you need some motivation, because I feel like I just can go and conquer the world after this show. So
I'm ready to go look good, feel good, and be good. That's
hello. There you go. There you go. So again, you all, we thank you all for tuning in, and you know, please look out for more interviews to come. If you all guys are also interested, you can reach us at sourceradio.com. There is also a link for SBE Network. Definitely check out the shopblackenterprise.com network, which will provide information on how you as an entrepreneur can sign up to be on our next shows to, you know, broadcast and show the world your businesses and your products and services that you provide.
Yes, wonderful. Well, all right, y'all. Until we catch you next time, make sure you're shopping Black. And if you are, being Black.
All right, take care, everyone, and have a good night.
Good night, y'all.